The WIAA calls it level 4, but they made it a Division I Final Four at Titan Stadium tonight. Both D1 state semifinal games taking place in Oshkosh. Titan Stadium starting off with perhaps the most dominant team in the state this year. That's Kimberly taking on Marquette in our game time game of the week. Papermakers coming off a Division II state title last year, looking for a D1 state title this year, and they show that they could win any division. Blair Mulholland, the running back, had another huge game. Dives for the pylon, 7-0 just like that. The defense was excellent. Generated 5 turnovers. That's Brett Verstegen. You'll hear his name again in a minute. Then through the air, Austin Weinberg finding Jack DeGroot, breaks from one guy, runs over another defender. 14-0. Kimberly running away with this thing. Weinberg. This is Verstegen, one of his 2 first-half scores, and it was 34-0. Back to the ground with Mulholland again to make it 41-0. It was 48-0 at the half. Steve Jones hands the trophy to his guys. Papermakers going to state, 48-16. Doug Ritchie with the coach.
Steve, I got to talk about the first half, 48-0 at halftime. Kind of describe that first half.
I thought our kids played extremely clean, in all 3 phases of the game, and I think high school football, a lot of it comes down to momentum, and we were able to get momentum early on because our defense played. They created turnovers, and then just as important, our offense was able to turn those turnovers into points, and capitalize on them. Because you get turnovers, that's one thing, but if you don't turn them into points, it doesn't create that momentum that you're looking for. So I thought we were able to get momentum, and our kids rode that all the way into halftime.
Just talk about the opportunity presented, first time that Kimberly's ever been in a D1 title game.
Yeah, it's a great feeling to be down there in the Division I championship. I think our kids were excited when we got to D1 because it's something that's never been done in our school, as you mentioned. So hopefully we can go down there. We're not satisfied with just being down there. We're going to go down and try to hunt a championship, and we're going to work hard this week, and hopefully you can put it together at Camp Randall.
All right, so who will they face at Camp Randall? Will it be Bayport, trying to be the first Green Bay area team to make a D1 final? After an early Pirates turnover, it's Arrowhead looking to score, but look at that, they fumble it into the end zone. Bayport recovers. All right, they're in business, and here's Blair Van Ness on the sweep. 18 yards for the score. Extra point missed, but it was 6-0 Bayport. But Homestead quarterback Johnny Duranzo having a huge night, hooking up on the long, deep pass, 60 yards. All right, Arrowhead up 7-6, but they added a couple more. It was 21-6, and this is Duranzo right before half. Bayport was just trying to get to the break, and he goes 72 yards for the score. That hurt. At last check in this one, just got an update. There's the most recent score, 35-13. Bayport needs a big rally or their season comes to an end. Well, Wrightstown calls themselves the Tigers. Might as well be the survivors, hanging on against Denmark a couple weeks ago, then a nail-biting 2-point win over Freedom last week. Well, in Division 4, they would try to stop Somerset playing out at Stevens Point. Early going, Hunter Cussow on 4th and goal, rushes it in, and it's 6-0 Wrightstown on top. Then tied at 7, Allen Barta, Marty Ellis, look at this guy, breaks out of the bear hug. 46 yards, look for that in top plays. That was cool, 14-7. Then Ellis was jacked up from that last play, throw it to him again. Another touchdown, that was 3rd and 17. Wrightstown had a lead in the 4th quarter, but oh no, here comes Somerset. They had 22 points in the 4th quarter. This is Reed Bailarjon, and then running back Maxwell Prashak had a pair of scores in the 4th, and Wrightstown, they couldn't hold that late lead. Great season comes to a close, 36-20.
Well, make no mistake, we came here to try and be the #1 team in the state and beat the #1 ranked team in the state. So our guys gave it everything they had. We knew we could give them a game, and we came out here. We just had a few too many miscues tonight, but like you guys said, it was overall a great season for our kids.
All right, the other game in Division 4, Little Chute. First state semifinal appearance since Belle Biv DeVoe was on the charts in 1990, but Belle Biv early. Sam Merrifield getting pick 6. Early turnovers staked Lodi to a 17-0 lead. Here come the Mustangs. Merrifield, Scott Hippis, touchdown, and they're coming back. That's the receiver he looks to, Merrifield. Scott Hippis, and you can see why, streaking down the field. Another score, and here they come. The hero from level 3, Shane Schwaller, busts out. Mustangs love to throw it, but when they can run it with Schwaller, they're good. This touchdown tied the game. They would add a field goal to go up by 3. Mustangs defense needed a stop. They get the stop, and Little Chute going to state for the first time in school history. 29-26 Little Chute, congratulations, going to state in Division 4. And speaking of Springs, in the playoffs so far, their football team, not their band, their football team, has outscored opponents 113-0. 113-0. Shiocton was confident last week. They got shut out 37-0. Bob Highland's bunch is on a roll in Division 6. Springs, winners of 3 state titles in the last 5 seasons, trying to earn another, and it's Samuel Spranger early on, plunging in from just a couple out. 7-0 Ledgers. Then Blake Bauer, the sophomore quarterback, to Anthony Grebe. Great grab. Getting Springs in excellent field position. Then another Spranger touchdown run right up the middle. Springs moving the ball at will. Their defense playing so well for Bob Highland. At last check in this one, the score 24-7. They had a field goal there at the end of the first half as Springs looking to book a trip to Madison and looking pretty good. That's a final, actually. Just hearing that coming in. Springs going to Madison.